Okay guys, everybody gets a bandana here, so we got a map of the island, actually the route that we're taking. And it's going to be dusty and bumpy like I said, so if you guys want to rob the bank later, I'll show you the bank. There's only one bank, you can't miss it. So. But you guys do have to wait to the end of the tour, or after you rob the bank you have to wait for your ferry to take you away, so it doesn't make any sense to you guys.
Oh, I see a customer.
Yes, he wants me to go first. Yeah, I'm a little faster than Fred is, so it is. We're going to be going, it's a 3.5 hour tour, but we will be stopping at our fox habitat, and there's a bathroom there, and then also we'll be stopping up at the airport for about a half an hour or so. In front of us we have our sheriff's department and our library. They share the same facility. They say stay out of the jail, but go to the library. If you look down this alley right here, you'll see a couple department golf carts. That's actually what's used for the high-speed chases we have on the island. So, but you know, a lot of people, they ask me, they say, Steven, are you old enough to drive this bus? And I'm sure you guys were thinking the same thing. But don't worry, guys, I am old enough to drive this bus. On the right, you'll see that large white circular building. That was built in 1929. That's called our casino building. Won't find any gambling there, though. Casino is an Italian word meaning a place of gathering or a place of entertainment. And that's exactly what that is when it was built in 1929. Not until Las Vegas was the word casino adopted for gambling halls. Back then, gambling halls kind of had a negative connotation where you would go to lose your money. So that's why they adopted that word, casino. But that is the largest circular ballroom in the world. It can hold up to 6,000 people. Say it's power steering by Hulk, but I'm not the Hulk, so. This road that we turned onto, thank you. This road that we just turned onto is the oldest road in Avalon, built by the Banning brothers back in the late 1800s. You guys familiar with Banning, California? Banning, California, that's the Banning brothers. They had a stagecoach that went through there, and that's how it's got its name. But they used to be the original owners of the island. And they came to the island with the idea that, I'm going to go over this real slow here. About 1 square mile, 4,000 year-round residents. You guys see the White House up there on the hill across the way? White House, green roof, American flag flying out front. It's an original Wrigley mansion built back in the 1920s. And they said it originally cost $250,000 to build. That white retaining wall below it also cost $250,000 to build. Here comes another big turn. Hopefully I can make it. Say what? Oh yeah, this is my workout right here. Alright, we made it. Gotta keep the momentum going on this bus or it's a lot harder to turn, so you kind of have to bounce around the corner. So I won't make this next turn, but once we do make this turn, we will be entering the interior of the island. And no golf carts are allowed beyond this gate. You have to have an interior permit. Well, like I said, this is a one-way road. And we'll be taking this road all the way up to the top of the summit. You can see the very top up there. But this is our 405 of Catalina. This is the only road to get to the interior of the island. So there's a lot of traffic on here. Sometimes there's none. Sometimes there's 3 buses coming at you. You got to figure out. When they cut those trees down, they dried them out. They realized they crack and they twist. They wouldn't make very good pier pilings. But they do keep the road on the side of the hill. They have very deep root systems. So we also call them bus bumpers. They keep the buses on the side of the road as well. About to give up a good opportunity for a wish. So I suggest you guys close your eyes, get your wish ready. Alright, start making your wish here. Wish go loop. Alright, we made it. Got my wish. So, I suggest laughing at the good ones. So. But I do take courtesy laughs as well. We put in for the bus drivers to see what you're going to hit before you hit it. Yeah. And we've climbed about 1,400 vertical feet here. And once we get to the top here, you'll notice a fenced-in area on your left. And it looks like, it's actually called the Wrigley Reservoir. It looks like it's empty. It's not. Get over on the left over here. Let me get on to this. I'm blind as I'm looking in these trees here. Well, we'll get a better spot over here. I just wanted to point out a few things over here to your right. Normally on a clear day you can see the mainland, but see that long point that shoots out over there? What do you think the name of that long point is? There you go. That's actually the closest distance between the island and the mainland, 19.7 miles. Say what? Oh, here we go. Here's it's like that's a mature bison there. He's yeah, you know, quite a few inebriated college students on spring break have come up here with the idea that they're going to ride bison or slap it on the rump. But there are quite a few ways to tell. One, they're just a lot larger than the females. But also the males, they're kind of solitary. They only go back to the herd to breed. So, kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yeah. So these bulls, they like to find a nice high point, and they'll sit there for a couple days, and they'll eat, and they'll get. He's gonna lift his tail, and when he lifts his tail, it's gonna tell you one of two things: either he's gonna charge, or he's gonna discharge. Either way, that's not a pretty sight. Yeah, they've been hanging out a lot lately over here. In front of us we have our rose garden. You'll notice that called the rose garden is Roy Rose, a resident from Avalon, takes care of the garden. On the left you have Haycrest Reservoir. It was once, it's a man-made reservoir built for the livestock that was once on the island. It's, livestock's no longer here, but the bison, they like to use that as a watering hole and a place to cool off in the summer heat. You have Haycrest picnic ground right here. Can't camp, but a lot of locals will come up here, or hikers or bikers come up here for the day, have their picnic, and go back. Sometimes if you look off into the distance on the hillsides, there's all that scrub oak. You think you're looking at a bush, but really you're looking at a bison. They camouflage very well into their surroundings. And he started a fire, and luckily he had a fire extinguisher, extinguished it, and then he thought, well, that was close, I'll just go back to work. So, and the military pretty much came in and commandeered the island from the Wrigleys. And they said they wanted to use the island as a pre-warning system after Pearl Harbor. They wanted to use it as a pre-warning system to the mainland. But really, the island's just say 20 miles offshore. I mean, how much of a warning will that be? 5 minutes by plane?
Buffalo!
Yeah, we'll be stopping over on the other side of the hill there for a few minutes, get some pictures. I like this side of the island, it's pretty cool. This is Cottonwood the beach down here. Again, another beach that you just might have all to yourself. Also, I want to point out, if you follow this ridge, it's what I call the Mount Rushmore of Catalina. You follow this ridge all the way down, and it drops down on that rock formation. So it looks like kind of a profile of an Indian. You got the top of his forehead, his nose. Pretty soon here, you'll start seeing his lips. And behind his head, you have his headdress. Pretty soon his lips will start coming into... No. That's the water that drains down, and it just kind of looks like it's stagnant down there. That's actually draining into the ocean. That's moving water. It's just going underneath the ground. These vines have been here about 5 or 6 years. And if you look on the left here, you'll see a green and white sign. It'll say what variety it is. It says Pinot on it. Pinot Noir. And then down further you have, I don't know what it is, but there's another different variety down the hill down here. Ribbons from all their shows they did. They also have their saddles that they're like inlaid with gold and silver, and I mean saddles that cost tens of thousands of dollars. It used to be open, but now it just sits there. Can't view it anymore, but we're hoping one day we get to come back. Like a red head.
They're on the...
I got him.
Yeah, they're busy at work. Yep. You see the windward side of the island? I tell people sometimes that that's the Atlantic Ocean. Sometimes people believe me. I get a lot of weird questions like, does the water actually go around the entire island? And, you know, and the answer is yeah. We actually had to pay extra for it to do that. So. This portion of road that we're driving on is known as China Wall. We got its name because we had some tourists that were on our bus one time that had just seen the Great Wall of China, and they said this reminded them of the Great Wall of China. This road right here. So now it's known as China Wall. You might be able to see the resemblance. Should I get closer? This is, you guys know why it's called Poison Point? No, one drop and you're dead. As I drive by, you guys can pick some. It's very fragrant, so it doesn't take much. But if you guys want to reach out the window and grab some. I don't know if that's got any on it, but maybe that. Well, that one right there.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much. Well, yeah, that's a lot, but that was used by our Indians that were on the island for 7,000 years for purification ceremonies. But they also, those are blooming right now, but if you were to let those dry out, you could use that to marinate your steak. I don't know about you guys, but that just the smell of it makes my mouth water. They have all the information down there.
Buffalo.
Say it again.
Bison. Three bison.
It's the Santa Catalina Conservancy.
Three bison.
No, it's not. No. There's a bison where?
Three.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, we'll get a little closer here.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, those look like yeah, this looks like a juvenile male right here. He's not very big. But, now that's a bull right there. These actually might be females right here, closest to us. I can't really tell. Yeah, this is where I saw the calf a couple days ago, so there might be a calf running around here somewhere. Yeah, when the bison are on our island for 200 years, we're going to celebrate our bicentennial. Buffalo is actually short for like a Cape buffalo or a water buffalo, which are obviously a lot different. Those are from South Africa, or I forget where they're from, but yeah, it's like a boot. Yeah, do you know what a squirrel? It's actually another endemic animal to our island. It's a subspecies of the California ground squirrel, and those are actually classified as giants. Those are juvenile squirrels right there. The big, mature squirrels are like that big. They're huge, technically anyway. And here's our rose garden. No roses. You know, the island, we're full of contradictions. We've got a rose garden, no roses. We've got a casino with no gambling. We've got a third street with no first, second, or fourth. We've got a private beach club open to the public. We've got a mausoleum with nobody in it. Mausoleum, actually, there's an interesting story. Mr. William Wrigley, he was originally buried there by his wife, Ada Wrigley, and she built a mausoleum. And around the mausoleum, she was really into plants. She go to plant shows and stuff like that. And the ones that she liked, she planted them around the mausoleum. And one day, a local said, "Hey, Ada, why don't you open this up to the public? This would be, it's really beautiful out here." And so she thought about it, and she thought, well, I'll open up to the public, but I want people walking on my husband's grave. Yeah, the bird park with no birds. There you go. There's another one for you. Building with the red roof, that's our K through 12 school that we have on the island, and also their baseball diamond. Well, like I said, at the beginning of our trip, I told you guys that I had a bet with one of the drivers that we were going to beat that turn when I came up, but for some reason, sometimes I have difficulty making this turn when I come back down, so we'll see if I can make it. Yeah, we made it.